Tokyo is an enormous city full of opportunity. Everything you need at your fingertips. But the working culture is fierce. Some work long hours as salarymen, some hustle in restaurants to make a living, and others, like me, become treasure hunters. So really the main thing I want to show you guys today is just what I sort of do on a day-to-day basis and how I find these things, where I go, and what it just looks like to be at a thrift store like this in Japan. Here we go. There's a GameCube silver controller for about 30 bucks. Gold N64 controller for 30 as well. Let's see what else is here. I found a couple of old school N64 player's guides, which I find really, really interesting. On top of that, a couple of Japanese exclusive 3DS consoles, 20 bucks and 15 bucks. Can't go wrong. Alright, so that store actually had a healthy helping of goodies for me. I picked up a few different 3DS's, an N64 controller, some player's guides, some Game Boy Advance SPs. I'm really happy with how that one went. On to the next hard off! So coming up here is the infamous, or the famous I should say, junk section, where there's just rows and rows and rows of these bins that are all full of things. So I'm going to take you with me as I dig through the junk bins a little bit. We found the holy grail of Donkey Kongas. Every game in here is either Donkey Konga or Naruto. That's Resident Evil Chronicles for the Wii for $1. You can just see from behind me here, the store just stretches on and on and on. It almost reminds me of an old Blockbuster or something like that. I'm going to take a quick look at the game junk glass case. All this stuff is going to require fixing. And there's usually a little bit of a description on what's wrong with it if you can read Japanese or use Google Translate. If you're willing to fix it and take the time, then you can sometimes get some pretty good scores here. All right, so that was the hard off haul this time around. It was an emotional journey. So one thing I saw was this new 3DS XL that I was interested in. It was about 100 bones and it was in really poor shape, which doesn't really matter because I could always do a reshell or something. But some of the buttons didn't work, it was all gunky, and the touchscreen was giving me some issues, so I decided to not go for it after all. But this time around, what I did pick up were these two Game Boy games, which are probably just going to be for me, or maybe I can bundle them in with a Game Boy down the line. But it's just super cool to still find finds like this for $1 each. Alright, so there's still at least one more hard off to go to today, so I'm going to take you guys to that last one. Let's see what we find there. So that's Japanese for recycle. It's saying recycle shop. In other words, a thrift store. Let's go inside and see what treasures await. I didn't actually purchase anything inside, but they had some really, really cool things. Unfortunately, no games inside, even though there's a gigantic sign outside saying game. All right, so that's it for now, but if you guys want to see more of these types of videos, please let me know. I can show you around Japan a little bit more and give you some insight on the different stores that I go to. And I hope to take you guys along with me in the future. All right, thanks so much for watching. Take care.